Paint Mumbai under the leadership of Sri Mahavir Davara. Later joined at EICL Research and Department in 1995 under the leadership of late Dr. Balkrishnan. EICL Ltd is one amongst the largest integrated coal. Please welcome our speaker on stage, Mr. Kamlesh SV.
Thank you. इसको कनेक्ट कर दिया या So good afternoon everybody.
If time is money, then life is a bank account. Somewhat like this one. Except some of you might have elephant-sized versions, but you get the drift. So there's a set amount of time in this account. A finite number of years, months, and days in your hands. The question is, what do you want to do with it? See, for men, it's fairly...
And rework on the business strategy for the growth. Yesterday, Mr. Dilip Raghavan also was emphasizing the need to change for the growth of the company. So I now move to my topic. Why I selected this topic means if you see the paint industry is growing at around 10 to 12% year on year, or you can say roughly 1.5 to 2% of the GDP growth. And we see the paint industries, if you take 70% are constitute of the decorative paints. And you can see, and again in this 35% is roughly the using of the minerals. Minerals means as we get from natural. So now if we don't have a rethink on this, you can see all the natural minerals are getting from the Mother Earth. And if we are not taking it positively, the time will come when there will be no minerals. So it is a time for us to have a rethink and best use of the minerals for your coating. And when you see the paint industries like say paper industry, plastic industries, rubber industry, etc., the paper industry, the paper can be recycled, plastic can be recycled, rubber can also to extent recycle, but the paint is the one which once we apply it, it cannot use for recycling. So it is the paint industry to focus that how we can improve the life of the paint rather than harming the nature. So in this context, I just take some technology to the thing. So the word nano is a dwarf, precisely denote the size of the minute particles of matter, which 1,000 of micron or 1 millionth of a meter. So nanotechnology deals with the segments which are as follows: nanomaterials, nanoelectronics, nano device, and nanobiology. Now nanomaterials are now available commercially, are in the dispersion or in the powder or in the dispersion form, and most commonly used for properly modified are nanosilicon.
Hey guys, I'm Carly Kloss, and I just created my own website.
Zinc oxide, nanokaolin, carbon nanoparticles, and carbon nanotubes. If you see the globally, you say US, Europe, and etc. has predominantly gone for the usage of nano, but the usage has not grown into the level in the Indian paint industry. So it is time for the paint industries to have a relook and use of the nanomaterials to the systems to enhance their performance. So the synthesis of nanoparticles, there are two types of processing. One is called top-down processes and bottom-up processes. It is a picture representation scheme from large to small or from small to large. Bottom-up bottom-up is from the small to right, and the process of top-down is by some process of delamination process. So here you can see the nanoparticles by top-down process by wet grinding. And this is the top-up because here you can see the vapor phase plasma synthesis of steaming from the top to the down process. Now, nanotechnology in coatings, The use of nanoparticles is not absolutely new in the coating industries. You can see the latex emulsion, which particle size is varying from 100 to 500 nanometers, were used in the house paint since 1960s. Similarly, rutile and opacifying pigment particle size from 300 to 400 are being used in the coating. Now you can see the same picture of the nano alumina dispersions, how the plated structures are dispersed. And this is a nano silica dispersion sum. Some discussion early, Vonix was talking about the nano silicas and also some nano binders. Now, incorporation of nano materials in the coating systems. Technically, incorporating of the nanomaterials in coating design can be carried out either by the following ways: by chemical blending or sol gel techniques, by physical mixing like other fillers and extenders in a controlled manner, by way of a suitable organic modification. So these are the different types of systems by how we can incorporate the nanomaterials into the coatings. Now, if you see how the performance changes when using the nanomaterials, now change in the coating with the incorporation of nanoparticles are the enhancement of the following performance like mechanical property, optical property, barrier property, then permeability and diffusion character, change in UV shielding property, surface property, improvement in flame retardancy, and improvement in the anti-corrosive property. So if you see, a lot of property can be enhanced in the coating, or your coating life can be increases by incorporating the nanomaterials. For example, in the anti-corrosive property, if you see, a lot of metals are getting deteriorated due to corrosions, and by using of the nanomaterial, we can save the life of the metals. Now, nanomaterials in coating performance, the possible avenue where nanoparticles incorporate could potentially benefits are like abrasion and wear resistance coatings, high strength epoxies and super mechanical properties, then high durable exterior lattice coatings where the life can be increased, ultra scratch resistance clear coatings, self-cleaning, anti-corrosions and hygienic coatings and anti-skid coatings. Now, nanosilicas, I can see for the usage of in abrasion resistance coatings or epoxy silica nanocomposite, high durable exterior coatings. These are based on nanosilica modified silicone acrylic lattice with improved
honeymoon packing, huh? Passport rakh liya?
Scratch resistance and mark resistance coatings for the floor and metal and plastics. Ultra scratch resistance clear coating for automotives in order to retain the aesthetic during the life of the vehicle as it age, resistance and mark proof, two most important improvement targets. Now you can see here the nano coatings, the ceramic clear coats with 50-20% nanosilica provide very good scratch and car wash resistance. Coating for plastic, eyeglasses, UV clear coats, etc. So here you can see in the automotives there are different layers, and the top layer is one with coating with nano materials. The application of ultra scratch resistance clear coat, and you can see by using the nano silica dispersions for automotive coating provide better scratch resistance. This is a silica coating for the eyeglass. Now, nanokaolin, when you comes, it says the nanokaolin has got a good transparency. That means it can be used for the clear coatings. It can increase the strength by reinforcing property, and it also has a vapor barrier property. And the main uses of these nanokaolins happens in the automotive clear coatings, aerospace, packing industry, that is for the barrier properties. Then fire retardant coatings. The nanokaolins can form a ceramic bond, and it can retard the fire resistance, especially in wood materials. Now, nano rutile, if you say this is a self-cleaning coating, the photocatalytic nano rutile can be oxidized, adherent coating, contamination and sulfur and make the non-adherent, thereby help the easy cleaning of the you can see the big structures of self-cleaning glass where it takes care of the cleanability of the material. Some of the applications like where the improved scratch resistance are required, these are materials. The coal mining equipments are all have to avoid friction-free avoid from the fire resistance. Anti-skid coatings on the aircraft wings are all nanomaterials. Thermal barrier coatings on the for the gas turbine. These are the parts where the heat. because of the fine particle size. This is a natural material. You can see the lotus leaf, how the nature has given the character of water rolling. That is the hydrophobic nature of the leaf. This is the nano hair in the lotus leaf, which help for the hydrophobic character. By nanostructure scales in butterflies' wings, that you can see multicolors because of the fine nanoparticles of the hydrophobic skins of the dolphins. Now, coming to the nanomaterials and usage and benefits, for scratch resistance coating, we can use like nano silica or nano alumina, which advantages, which very important is scratch resistance. Usage industries are automobiles and optic lens. Self-cleaning, that is titanium or tungsten oxides. It helps to dirt and water repellent protection against the algae and fungi. Fire retardant like silica or kaolin. Anti-corrosive is a carbon nanotube. Barrier protection by kaolin. The applications are in the constructions of and interior coatings. Now, nanotechnology happening in the European countries is a classification how percentage-wise usage in different coating. To summarize, nanomaterial, nanoparticle can significantly improve the performance of the coating, and unusually low level means very small quantities required for the addition of the nanoparticles lead to the strong effect, and nano-sized particle-based polymer may offer new perspective for the polymer performance and VOC reductions. So this was what we heard early from the Evonik's bringing up the nano binders and also the nano silicas. Now coming to the engineered materials, by incorporating advanced process techniques in the minerals, allowing to engineering the minerals or tailor-made to meet the specific performance need to the user end. The engineered products have a unique particle size distribution and controlled morphology, which makes the enhanced performance in coating and value addition to the end user. Now, I just covered the topic on the technical topics, what are nanomaterials and how they can be used and where they can be used. And now I just coming to about our company. The EICL is a topper group of company operating more than 50 years and head office at Bangalore. Our turnover is around 800 billion. We had two divisions, there was starch and clay divisions. Leading manufacturer of process clay and starch for varied industrial application. Largest integrated clay mining in the Asia and pioneer in calcined clay. So we were the first to bring the calcined clay in India. Product find applications in paint, paper, pharma, textile, food, energy, automotive, glass, ceramics, inks, and environmentally friendly, quality-driven organization. Our other groups includes greaves cotton and premium transmission, apart from EICL. This is a snapshot of our R&D. Now I just introduce one of our nanokaolin product is under the name Superhide. Superhide is a nanokaolin product of EICL. The platy particles with thickness in the nano range, a taut coating structure that inherently resists penetration of any water or say stain, etc. Higher the aspect ratio, better is the barrier and mechanical property of the paint film. So penetrations and stain resistance are able to resist by incorporating this Superhide into the coatings. You can see the same picture, the platy structures of the kaolins, you can see so fine. So by this thing, the surface areas are getting increases, or your reinforcing in the binder get improved, and thereby enhancing the barrier property in the film. Now we also had a grade called Nano Caliber 100D, and this is particularly used for, you can see the finer nanoparticle size, where it can be used in high transparency or reinforcing or high film build. The potential application includes industrial and automotive clear coatings, decorative clear coatings for wood structures. The advantage of nanomaterials is that in the clear coating, it retains the transparency and the gloss levels are remain, but it also enhances the high film buildup, thereby increasing the durabilities of the coating. And next is an engineered kaolin product of our grade is a super luster. You can see the D50 is around 0.3, and having a brightness of 88. This is an ultra-grade engineering coiling with particle size 100% below 1 micron. Now the fine particle size effectively spaces titanium dioxide for improving the gloss and dry film. Superluster can be used for high sheen water-based paints and high gloss solvent-based paints for about 10% replacement of titanium without affecting the final paint performance. Now this is an engineered calcium clay we had introduced with a high, very high opacity property. You can just see high opacity and high film build in a single coat. Now there is a change in the tendencies of the coating industries for multi-coating to single coating, where you can applying one coat and you get the hiding. So for these types of paint, we can use this product, Hemopack, and the potential application is the interior emulsion paints. The conclusion, the dry for nanomaterial and engineered material for the usage in coating industry need to come from the paint and coating industries. Because if we are not to promote, now the industry should understand what are the values of the nanomaterial and how we can take care of this, and the demand should come from the paint industry. So the association has to rethink on the usage of the nanomaterials, and what will help us this? This will help to bringing up high performance coating, then value addition to both manufacturers in terms of money, you get a higher money for the product, and also for the end user, they get a performance or a high durable coatings. Now the preservations of metals from corrosion, if you see you are using good anti-corrosive coatings, the life of the metal can be increased, or we are saving the nation. The preservation of natural minerals. As we said, the nanomaterials, the consumptions of the minerals can be used only very small quantities, and you get enhanced performance property, and thereby you are keeping the natural available for the future coming times, and also the sustainability of the minerals for the future. So with this, may I conclude my talk on the subject.
Check. Well, thank you so much.